Look at the world around you, or rather, look at the world inside you. Before the Great Flood, humanity lived in the Bronze Age, a time of arrogance, endless wars, and corrupted souls. They thought they were invincible. But Zeus, watching from the high heavens, saw the truth. The foundation was rotten, and a rotten foundation cannot support a masterpiece. The gods did not send the flood simply to punish. They sent it to cleanse. Sometimes the universe realizes that your current self is too broken to fix. You don't need a minor repair. You need an absolute, devastating reset. The skies darkened, the oceans roared, and the deluge began. Everything humanity valued, their fragile egos, their false sense of security, all washed away in an instant. For 9 days and 9 nights, the world was swallowed by a dark, relentless ocean. In the midst of this terrifying chaos, only a small, fragile wooden chest floated on the endless water. Inside were Deucalion, the son of Prometheus, the titan of foresight, and his wife Pyrrha, the daughter of Prometheus, the titan of hindsight. Together, they represent the human condition. 2 souls trapped in the storm, balancing between the regrets of the past and the anxieties of the future. When you hit rock bottom, when your own personal flood tears your life apart, you will feel exactly like them. Isolated, surrounded by darkness, hearing nothing but the violent roar of the waves. Enduring the storm is the hardest test of the human spirit. You cannot stop the rain, you can only survive it. When the waters finally receded, the chest rested on the barren peaks of Mount Parnassus. Deucalion and Pyrrha stepped out into a terrifying silence. The world was dead, covered in mud and debris. They were entirely alone. In their despair, they found an ancient, half-ruined temple of Themis, the goddess of divine order. They begged for a way to restore humanity. The goddess answered through the shadows with a chilling riddle. Leave the temple, veil your heads, unbind your robes, and throw the bones of your great mother behind you. Pyrrha was horrified. Defile the bones of her actual mother? It seemed like a sin. But Deucalion, carrying the spark of his father's foresight, understood the deep truth. The mother wasn't a human. The great mother was Gaia, the earth itself. And her bones were the stones. They walked through the desolate, muddy landscape. They picked up the cold, jagged, lifeless rocks from the ruined earth. Without looking back, they threw the stones over their shoulders. And then, the miracle happened. The harsh stones began to soften, taking the shape of human forms. The veins of the rocks became blood veins. The hard minerals became muscle and bone. Deucalion's stones became men, and Pyrrha's stones became women. A new race was born. But listen carefully. This wasn't the soft, arrogant humanity of the past. This was a hard, enduring race born from the very skeleton of the earth. When your world collapses, you do not rebuild yourself from soft mud and naive dreams. You do not rebuild from the comforts that made you weak. You take the cold, heavy stones of your trauma, your pain, and your failures. You throw them behind you, and from that heavy burden, you construct an unshakable, unbreakable new version of yourself. So I ask you today, are you still complaining about that flood left in the past? The one that ruined your plans? Mourning your losses is easy. Lamenting that false sense of security washed away by the waters, that comfort zone that was actually rotting you from the inside, is the simplest path. But see the truth. The storm didn't come to destroy you. The storm came to wake you from your sleep, to shatter the illusions around you, and to reveal what fabric, what stone you are truly made of. Now the waters have receded. Mud is everywhere. Silence is everywhere. Your hands will get dirty. Maybe it will hurt when you pick up those cold and sharp rocks from the ground. But those stones will be the foundation of your new kingdom, your new self. Only those who accept the destruction and the pain can build an unshakable fortress from those ruins. If you are also among those ready to stop whining in the mud and gather those heavy stones, if you have decided to be born from your own flood with a will of stone, subscribe to my channel and like this video. Here, we are writing the story, not of those who run from storms, but of those who stand right in the middle of the storm and face it. Now go down to the comments and share this truth with me. What was the hardest stone that made your hand bleed the most? The one you had to pick up from the ground to rebuild your life? Greetings to those who rise stronger from their own underworld and their own flood, to those who stand tall after the storm. Keep walking and stay unbreakable.